Woo! Big up to the boys, Fox and Shaaz. Set your minds free, no locks and chains. Do what you love, roll the dice. 50-50, we cold as ice. One thing cold, but the penny turn red. Can't let that shit play in my head, war gaming.
Hey, what's going on, guys? Welcome to Hobby Homies. We are your weekly tabletop podcast. I'm Shane. As always, I'm hanging out with Fox.
Hello, all my friends.
And of course, we've got Churchy.
How you going, guys?
Today, we're kicking back. A bit of a more laid-back one. Got some bevies, and we've just played a game. And this is a Beers and Banter Extended.
We have just played a game. We played Parsek's game.
Oh, that's coming to you guys real soon.
Real soon. Or for ages. Who knows? That's the beauty of
Depends.
not caring.
And Project Zomboid.
And projects on board. And video games and life.
Yes.
Eventually, one day, there will be a battle report.
Probably soon.
Yeah. Hey, speaking of games, that's not the only one that we have played recently.
No, you've played a shitload of board games recently.
Correct. And you have played, I can't believe I'm saying this, 40K.
My first 40k game for 2022.
Wow. Since
the GTO.
the GTO of last year?
Yeah, which is we're nearly up to the GTO of this year.
Yes, that's crazy.
It's nuts.
Basically a year.
Yeah.
You haven't played 40K for a year?
Pretty much.
I want to know everything. First of all, I want to know, how was your year off? No. Let's do that afterwards.
Great.
It's been great.
It's been great.
How was your game?
Good. Real good. I lost,
Okay.
as expected.
So you played whom?
I played my fiancée, Caitlin.
Sure.
Yep.
Sure. And she played Gene Stealer Colts.
I played Gene Stealer Colts.
And you played
Blood Angels.
Blood Angels. They finally hit the table.
Yeah, they did. I had a Redemptor Dreadnought on the table with the Macro Plasma Incinerator.
Of course.
And a Heavy Flamer.
Sure.
And a grenade launcher pod thing.
Sure.
And I'm like, this Dreadnought is going to just... I was like, I'm already feeling bad for Caitlin. Right?
Yeah, okay.
Even list building, right? I'm like,
Yeah.
she's not going to like this.
But it didn't stop you from taking it, though.
It didn't stop me from taking it.
You're like, she's not going to like this.
Encouraged me to take it.
Yeah.
And she had a Gene Stealer Cult. So she had kind of a watered-down version of my list from the GTO, right?
Okay.
So it had some Jackals, it had some Neophyte hybrids.
Yeah.
Broodlord.
Yeah, nice.
The Sanctus, the Sniper.
Sure.
Jackal Sniper, and a Lehman Russ, right?
Cool.
And some Brew Brothers.
Yeah.
And Sentinel. That's the whole list.
Sure.
So I'm like, okay, she has a pretty formidable force, right?
Yeah.
I was aiming for that 750 point mark,
Yeah.
and I think both teams came to like 770. Something like that, right?
Yeah.
And I got dominated.
I want to know, first of all, I'm guessing you're playing like the older Gene Stealer Codex, which doesn't really matter.
Yeah.
There's a new one out. By the way, you probably didn't know. There's a new one out.
Yeah. I've heard whispers on the wind about that. Exactly. I'm like, huh?
Huh? What was that? No, nothing. Sounds like $84.
But I mean, like, even the rules that we're playing, we were just playing a real watered down version.
Of course.
Like, Caitlin
Doesn't play every week.
No.
Yeah.
No. She's played a handful of 40k games.
Yeah.
Every turn, she's like, so what do I need to roll? And I'm like,
Yeah.
telling her, I'm like, okay, 18 dice, they hit on 5s,
Sure.
like, all that nonsense, right?
Yeah.
But
You basically just played Kill Mission, right?
yeah. I was like, I could throw some objectives in there, but I was like, but then I need to know what I'm doing. I was
Yeah.
just like, let's just kill each other.
For sure.
And she killed me.
Yeah. Wow.
So, oh man, like I had a Primaris Captain with a plasma pistol and a power fist.
Yeah.
And I'm like, okay, he's pretty tough, right?
Yeah.
He's pretty
Mints
tough.
and everything on 2 pluses. and
Yeah,
whatever.
yeah. So I charged. Before that, I had a squad of 5 assault intercessors. Ended
Great.
up charging her Broodlord.
Cool. Nope. Not
Minced.
so good.
Wow.
Wow.
So they started off. One of her sentinels came up and flamed them. Right.
Oh dear.
So that killed, I think, like 1, maybe
Right.
wounded another 1.
Yeah.
I peppered a couple of shots from elsewhere, knocked a few models down. Right. So there was 3 models left of
Yep.
my assault intercessors charging her Broodlord. Oh, sorry. Oh, she charged me.
Oh,
right?
no, that's
So
even
that,
worse.
yeah. So that killed them all 3 of them.
Wow.
In 1 turn.
And that's when you're like, I should have brought 2 of these dreadnoughts.
Yeah. The Dreadnought didn't even get to fight the Broodlord.
Yeah.
Because after that, I'm like, all right, my captain's going to charge the Broodlord.
Sure.
He got it down to 1 wound,
Oh no.
and then it killed him.
Wow.
And I'm just like, oh my god, that's a Primaris captain with a power fist.
Yeah. So the Brood
Strength 8.
Far
you know,
out.
like, but it was unwieldy, so sort of one miss. So it was still hitting on 3s, right?
Yeah.
But like,
that's crazy.
Yeah. So and then her Lemon Rust, man, was just kept blasting me with that main battle cannon.
Yeah.
You know, to grind. I played it like I knew it, right? Like, so it had grinding advance or whatever it's called for like 2d6 shots on the main cannon if it only moves half its move.
Sure. So you were helping her get the maximum out of that rust.
Yeah,
and
you know,
she
that's
was.
what Russes do, right?
Yeah.
It didn't have sponsons. It just had the las cannon, and she got the full experience of the las cannon.
Excellent.
It missed.
Yeah, okay. Yep.
Both times.
Now she knows how to play Warhammer.
Yeah. I told her, I'm like, it's a las cannon. It doesn't matter if you're hitting on 2s, it's gonna miss.
Yeah.
And then she's like, I'm like, you could declare you're shooting it right now, and you'll miss. And she rolled the dice, and she rolled like 2. And I'm like, see, I told you. She's like, okay, las cannon.
Yeah.
I missed.
Yeah.
You know, yeah.
That's awesome.
Even though she wasn't. Yeah. Anyway.
You know what she's doing right now, wherever she is? She's just like, is it real? Okay, las cannon. And misses.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Yeah. So, it was a lot of fun. It was a lot of fun. Like, I really enjoyed playing 40k again, and I really enjoyed playing Space Marines again.
Yeah, wow.
Blood Angels. So
it was only just the other day I was looking at the Blood Angels in your cabinet last week, and I was like, these don't get enough play, man. They're beautiful.
No. Thank you.
And how many points do you reckon you have all up of Blood Angels? 1,000?
I was scratching the surface, and I had 750.
Yeah, cool.
That was scratching. Like, I even used like my old scouts.
Yeah.
From like Lost Patrol.
Oh, those hideous ones.
Yeah, they're terrible.
Not your paint job, just the models themselves are garbage.
But that was the first ever unit, like full unit that I completed. So I've kept them, right?
That's
Because
awesome.
Caitlin's like, why don't you repaint them? I'm like,
First of all, how dare you?
Heresy.
Well, I want to see what you paint.
Yeah.
She'd paint a masterpiece.
Oh, she
yeah.
would. She's talented like that.
Yeah.
So I even use them. Maybe I don't know. I got
I feel like you got something else.
Death Company Dreadnought.
Yeah.
The walking TV.
Yes.
Big boxy one.
Yeah.
I've got 5 Death Company Marines with like jetpacks and that. But
Are they painted?
Nah. Only
Okay.
one is.
Yeah. Okay.
They're not even built.
Sure. Okay.
They're in a pile of shame
Yeah.
somewhere.
Yeah. Fair enough.
But and I got like a Battle Predator and like I
you
got
do.
just like a mix of stuff, right?
Sure.
Actually, you know what? I guess if you count like the 2 Indominus halves that I've got of Space Marines,
Have you built or painted those?
I've painted 5 Assault Intercessors.
So do you have 2 halves of the Indominus set on sprue,
Yes.
minus those 5 intercessors?
Yes, minus the melter gun dudes, whatever they're called.
Yeah, of course. You got to
Someone's
sell those
screaming at me.
eradicators.
I
yeah,
did.
yeah.
I sold them
yeah.
to Burnsy.
Yeah.
And the Outriders, the bikes.
Okay.
Sold them to Burnsy also.
Okay, all of them.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
so really, you've got not much left.
No, I've got Assault
5
Intercessors.
5 and a couple of leaders.
Some Blade Guard veterans.
Do you have
maybe?
Blade Guard? Like because it comes with 3 Blade Guard.
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
they're called Blade Guard veterans.
Yeah,
so you've
yeah,
got
yeah.
6 Blade Guard veterans, probably.
I think so, yeah. I'm pretty sure.
We're going to have a chat after this. I got some money. And you've got some Blade Guard veterans. They're just dope models.
I was trying to sell them to Ollie the other day.
Oh, yeah.
I think he was like this close.
Well, I'll drop the price and he'll be this close. Wait, when he comes down, just have him on the table.
Yeah.
But even build him for him, and then the sale writes itself.
Is that going to sell the deal? If it was me, I'd be like, ugh.
What, built models?
Yeah.
You can only build those one way, though, so
okay.
it's just like...
But sub-assembly, dude. You got to paint them sub-assembly. If they leave the shields off, heads off.
I mean, yeah. You do, yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I know Ollie, so...
Okay. Yeah.
Actually, no, yeah. We'll see. Yeah, if not, I'll buy them. They look cool.
They are very cool. Maybe I'll have a Blade Angel army. I don't know.
Yeah, we'll see.
I don't know, man.
Yeah, Blood Angels, man.
Yeah.
They're going there somewhere, surely.
Yeah.
All right, so you said you had a lot of fun playing.
Yeah.
How has it changed? I mean, because obviously you played a watered down version.
So watered down,
against
like-
a casual opponent.
Yeah.
You're basically playing like, I was trying like a
Like
one-page
rules.
Yeah.
Pretty much. Maybe even more watered down than that. I might actually try that
Yeah, okay.
for next time.
That's a great idea.
Because yesterday, was it yesterday or the day before? I don't
Yeah.
know. Maybe yesterday. We were hanging out and she's like, do you want to play again? I'm just like, oh no.
Oh, wow.
She's like, you got everything set up still? I'm like, oh no.
She must be so confused because she's like, either she enjoyed it or she's just being really nice and like she's like, Shane loves this stuff. He's got podcasts on it.
I think it's a bit of both.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And he's got like so many, like he spends so much money. Like we can't afford bread and milk because he loves this game so much. So he must love to play it. And then she asks you for a second time. You're like, not really.
Yeah.
I don't actually like playing. It's just like collecting the models and painting and playing up in here.
Yeah. I don't know. No, I would have played. We didn't have enough time.
Yeah,
We
fair
had
enough.
like an hour, but
Yeah.
like I mean, like if both of us knew what we were doing,
Yeah.
we could have smashed out our watered down version in an hour.
Yeah.
But I was kind of playing like for her as well,
For
in
sure.
a way, mentally, you know, like
Yeah, for sure.
trying to remember everything and special rules and
Yeah. 2 different factions. Like,
Yeah.
yeah.
yeah,
Yeah, that's fair.
yeah.
Do you think having the models on the table and playing has sort of rekindled anything in you for
A little
40k
bit.
at all?
Yeah, absolutely. Like my remembering of it, my memory of it. That's the word.
My remembering, my remembery.
Yeah, my memory. My memory of it
Yeah.
was not good. You know, like
Yeah.
from the GTO,
Yeah.
getting just stopped. I had a lot of fun. Don't get me wrong, I had a lot of fun.
Yeah.
And I played against some incredible blokes.
Yeah.
Like Gavin, Adam,
Yeah.
Maddie Edwards,
Yeah.
and yeah, but like,
But the fun of it that you had nothing to do with the game. It had nothing to do with the fact that it was 40k. It's something I
No.
realized.
Yeah.
The fun came from playing a war game
Yeah.
against a bunch of dope blokes.
Yeah,
You know?
yeah. And like, but like, I just remember like getting stomped, right, and that kind of made it an impression where it was like that whole mentality of like, if I don't go first, I'm gonna lose.
Yeah.
You know,
And
which
you're
not
playing-
necessarily happened, but
Yeah.
then playing it with Caitlin, that didn't happen, right? Like,
Yeah.
I didn't lose half my army in one turn
Mm.
before I could even do anything. You know.
And Churchy, good sir, I stare across the table at you and I request a beverage. Oh,
Is that a request for beer I hear?
I would love a beer, sir.
I
if
also
you're-
would love a
Excellent.
beer.
Oh, Shane
Right
wants a
away,
beer.
sir.
Thank you, sir. Yes, and you know, you had the full experience of the everything bad about 40k. You played the worst army,
Yeah.
the most complicated army.
Probably, yeah.
Having never played it before, you actually played a couple games earlier, but whatever.
3?
Yeah, what's 2.5 games?
Yeah,
Or
yeah.
3 games for the most complicated. That just teaches you how to play 40k.
Yeah.
You were trying to learn 9th edition, all the secondaries, your faction,
Oh man.
and then in a 2-day event, like you just had the worst experience, really.
Like, it was the best experience, but it was the worst.
It was the
experience. It was the
worst.
blur.
It was the blurst of times, for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I can understand. And the problem is, as time goes on, it's like a snowball. So
Yeah.
like you start with this tiny little neck. You're like, oh yeah, it was pretty good.
Yeah.
But
yeah.
also these things sucked, and then the ball rolls down the hill, and the
I
things
won
that sucked get
Goodest
bigger.
Bloke Award.
You did win goodest boy.
Yeah.
The goodest boy. But like over time, you know, Games
Yeah.
Workshop does some things, and 40k gets, you know, and you hear about all the stuff.
Every fortnight changes.
And the snowball grows,
Yeah,
and
it
you
does.
because you don't play the games, you're just like, oh, I hate this. I
It's
can't
like-
stand this game.
Yeah,
It's garbage.
You
Why
begin
would I
to
play?
despise it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's
yeah.
not until you pick it up and play a game against like a small game. 750 is
Yeah.
such a sweet spot.
Yeah, I was gonna go 500, but I'm like, Kayla and I played a couple of times,
Yeah.
and it's been 500.
Yep.
And I'm like, let's bump it up. Let's throw a Lehman Russ on the table and
Yeah.
see what happens.
Let's take our relationship to the next step and
Yeah.
add 250 points.
yeah.
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 So, and I noticed that for me as well for 40k. Like the longer I didn't play it, you know, you forget sometimes what makes it great.
Yeah.
And that's at the ultimate, at the end of the day, it's an immersive universe with these beautiful models,
isn't it?
with this lore that you write in your head, and you play this cool battle.
Yeah.
I think I think match play. I shouldn't say match play. I think tournament 40k,
Yeah.
like competitive 40k, is everything that's wrong with it at the moment.
Yeah. Yeah.
But that other 40k that we play,
yeah.
that game's beautiful.
And I was telling Caitlin about the Crusade.
Yes.
You know, about starting with just a leader and a couple of troops or something like that.
Yeah.
And then the next game you implement more, and you know.
Yeah.
And she seemed interested in that.
Yeah.
I reckon I'm this close to getting her to like pick her own faction.
Yes.
And she'll build and paint it.
Wow.
Because she's painted a handful of models with me, just like
Yeah.
hanging out.
Yeah.
She always gets drawn to Age of Sigmar stuff.
Yes.
I think it's just because like a lot of it's newer sculpting and that like, and maybe it's just that aesthetic that she likes better. I don't know.
I mean, I feel like we've always I feel like we've always said that 40K's got the better universe, and
Yeah.
Age of Sigmar has the better models.
I think so too. More
just-
diverse models, more variety. But like,
Yeah.
we'll go to Guff and she'll be like, "Oh, can I use these?" And I'm like,
Oh yeah.
She hasn't picked up demons yet.
Yeah.
So I'm like, if she did, I'd be like, "Yeah."
But you know what? It's also Caitlyn, right? So you
Yeah.
you would be able to find accounts as army.
Yeah.
You would say,
Yeah.
you pick whatever you want, and we'll just. It kind of plays like it's fast and it's melee, so
Yeah.
maybe it's Dark Elder.
Yeah.
Or it's
yeah.
it's Horde, and it's maybe she wants Skaven, for example.
Yeah.
You'd be like, that's kind of like orcs.
Yeah.
they're not as tough as orcs, but who cares? Like,
Yeah,
you know,
yeah. It's
she's
just
not going
for
to a
our
tournament.
games. She
Yeah.
could play them as orcs or whatever. Yeah.
Yeah, I reckon you
Yeah.
could find accounts as for it. And
I
be
reckon.
Like, that's more like a whatever,
Yeah.
you know.
Yeah.
But that may get even more confusing for her because you're like, oh,
Because it's like they're not armed, they're not modeled with guns, but they've got guns.
yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Like you'd have to do so much like
Mental gymnastics?
mediating. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, and that you would
Yeah.
mediate your mental gymnastics and be like, okay, so it shoots at 18-inch, and you're like, well, technically it's a bolt gun, but I'll just say it's shooting like magical powers.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
it's a banshee scream of
Can't-
18
can't
inches.
do that
Yeah. I see what you're saying. All right, I agree with you. Yeah, get to play 40K.
Yeah. I'll
Yeah.
get her to pick one eventually.
I would love to dabble in Crusade.
Yeah. Yeah, we can
Yeah.
make it happen.
Yeah, we could.
Would you want to like crusade an army that you've already got?
Or
Or
I don't need another army, man. But
No.
no,
Yeah,
I'll
that's
get
a
got
motivation.
another army. Yeah.
yeah, okay, yeah, that's where we're going. Yeah.
I don't know. I don't
'Cause
know.
it's so appealing to me, the whole
Yes.
buy an army, build an army, paint an army by this date. And
Yeah.
if it's only a leader and 2 squads of troops, or
Yeah.
1 squad of troops and a vehicle or something like that,
Yeah.
it just feels achievable.
Yeah.
And like, we set our own time frame, right?
Of course.
Unless it was a crusade thing that was organised by like Target Acquired or
Sure.
like
Yeah.
the Geelong Games Workshop or something like that,
Yeah.
right? Like
Yeah.
an official sort of thing. Then we kind of like have to
Work with others.
yeah.
It's tough because on the one hand, I love that appeal as well because we're definitely Games Workshop's target audience where it's like, do we want them to play a crusade with their existing, already purchased, already painted armies?
Or buy more stuff.
Or buy more stuff? Why would they buy more stuff when they already have stuff?
Because new stuff is good.
Yeah. Just put the sprue in our veins.
yeah.
But at the same time, I'm like, every time I'm clipping out like a new army, it's fun, it's exciting, it's
really
amazing,
isn't it?
But it's also all the hours that I put into the previous army just sitting on the shelf doing nothing.
Yeah. They're like, hey,
Hey, you painted us last week. You said we were the most fun you've ever had. You're like, yeah, but you're not this army. Is the problem?
Your last week's fun.
Yeah. Hey.
Why am I on? Why is there an eBay listing for us?
Oh no, don't worry. I'm just gauging interest. And there's a lot, and you're going to be gone next week to fund my new addiction. Yes. I mean, the thing is, I've already got like beast snaggers, right?
Yeah.
And they already need painting.
Yeah.
So and they are a new army. I've only played them a handful of times,
Yeah.
so they're perfect for Crusade. But yes, yes, I will buy a new army to play Crusade with you, Shane, if that's what you're asking.
Well, I mean, I don't need to buy a new army. I've got a new Thousand Suns army on sprue sitting there. I've got my Chaos Space Marines that are half built, half painted.
Yeah, but
There's heaps of stuff that
You know
I
the
could,
problem
like,
with-
use the Crusade as an excuse to finish an army.
of course.
You know?
But the problem with those two armies you mentioned specifically is that they're not the new one that you don't have yet. So that is the problem.
Of course.
Yeah,
Of course.
So, well, we'll see.
Yeah.
We'll see what happens. Yeah,
Yeah.
that is the problem. It's like what I noticed with I've got these board game mates who just buy like the board games that you have in your. Okay, you've got Scythe, new on Sprue. New on
Shrimp.
Yeah, new in Shrimp.
Yep.
They have like just that cabinet times 5.
Yeah, yeah.
And I'm like, wow, you've played all these games. Like, oh, no.
Yeah.
And I remember I was talking to one and I was like, well, why? He's like, oh, I think I figured it out. He's like, I'm buying the idea
Yeah.
of being able to play this game with
Yeah.
all my friends.
That's the same thing we do for models.
Yeah,
it's like the
absolutely.
idea of building and painting this army.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's the idea. What we're buying is the vision in our head of 2,000 points what 10,000 points, and being able to just pick and choose and be like, oh, this is the meta,
Yeah.
this is the new list,
Yeah.
this is the new hotness.
Fine, I'll just take some of these, some of that. And
Yeah.
then, like,
Yep.
and
I'll
then the
go-
meta shifts to something that you don't have, and then you have to buy it.
No, but you've already got it. You got the whole table filled. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh no, this has just come out.
Oh,
this is
right.
brand new.
Right. Well, of
Yeah,
course,
yeah.
you need that then.
Yeah.
So, but even if I feel like even if you had that, even if you had 10,000 points painted of whatever army you wanted, and you could just pick and choose and be like, all right, I could go to a tournament and do well because I can make a meta list
Yeah.
with this army, assuming it's good. But even then, you'd be like, yeah, but I don't have that other thing that I don't have.
Yeah,
So I'll
yeah.
just go buy that, and then the 10,000 points. Just
It's
sits there.
always just there, like gnawing at like your mind. You know, it's like you
Yeah.
haven't got it. You know, you think of a model that you've seen, and you go, "Oh, I would love to own one of those." And,
Yeah.
and then you eventually get it, and then like it's a project that sort of you have to sort of shuffle in line as to where in your priority that you want to fit it, right?
Yeah.
Like
Yep.
I've got this Imperial Knight Crusader, I think it is,
Yes.
that Caitlin bought me.
Yeah.
And I'm like half built it. Right? I
Yeah.
haven't even like started painting it yet.
Yeah.
And it's gonna be a beast to paint.
Yep.
And it's like, oh, I have this awesome vision for it of like a trench and
Yep.
you know, like troops like running through the trench under it. And, like,
Yep.
it's a display piece, right? Like I'm gonna actually magnetize it to put it on a regular base. To
Oh,
play
cool.
with it.
Yeah,
because it
sweet.
sits. The base itself sits like 4 inches high.
Sure. Yep.
It's massive, right?
Yeah.
But then it's like, oh, you know, I can do that. But then it's like, oh, well, maybe I should paint a character for parsecs,
Yeah.
or
Yeah.
or you know, 5 leagues or whatever. Like,
Yeah.
then there's all these different things that start falling into place that kind of take priority over it,
Sure.
you know. But that's turning pleasure into work.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, exactly. And that's always a
Yeah.
part. It's like, what is the smarter thing to do? Yes, to finish your existing army.
Yeah.
That's why you bought it.
Of course.
To finish that dream you had once upon a time of that army.
Yeah.
But if you're doing it for a chore,
Yeah.
you know,
What's the point of doing it?
what's the
Because
point?
This whole hobby is not to be a chore.
Correct.
Everything we do is for fun.
Yeah.
So,
But if we just do what's for fun, we're going to have a bunch of great plastic and a
Yeah.
pile of shame that puts our pile of shames to shame.
yeah,
You know?
yeah,
So,
absolutely.
It is about finding that balance, which we're horrible at. So
Yeah.
if you've tuned in for advice, don't
It's not
take
here.
advice from us.
It's not here.
The only sound piece of advice we can give
Is
is
don't
to
take our
yeah,
advice. Yeah,
Exactly.
yeah. That's
Yeah.
Hobby Homies guarantee.
That's a hobby homies guarantee.
Yeah.
So I'm keen to play 40. In fact, this Thursday coming.
I'll
is-
be there, dude. Throw the dice.
Yeah, throw the dice
40K
40K
night.
night every
Yep.
2 weeks.
Yep.
Thursdays. At
Run
Throw
by
the
Target
Dice.
Acquired,
Yep.
Yep.
Hosted by,
Dave, and Lockie,
I was going to say hosted by Throw the Dice. But also.
and throw the dice.
and throw the dice. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
What are you going to bring? 'Cause
Myself.
yeah.
I'm actually
a positive attitude.
I'm actually meeting a guy there to buy some models off him.
What are you buying?
Frostgrave models.
But it's a 40K night.
I know. He's
Okay.
just going to be there. So, seeing him there. And
Were you
I
planning
don't
on
know.
playing 40K at the 40K night?
I thought I might.
Yeah.
But like, it's like, what do I bring? Like, do I bring 1,000 points? Do I bring 750 points? Do I bring 1,500 points? I don't even know, dude.
Well, most people I think that come, I mean, there's two groups. There's the two that are practicing or whatever. They bring the 2,000 points of competitive. You
Yeah.
just stay away from them and be
Yeah.
like, you guys just do your thing.
Yeah.
And we'll do ours.
Yeah.
Then you bring, say, 1,000 points.
Yeah.
And then you can play against someone else who wants to play 500, 750, or 1,000.
Mm.
And you just bring 3 different lists. I think that most people,
Yeah.
that's what I'm doing. I've got a
Yeah.
500-point list, 750, 1,000
What
points.
are you bringing?
Well, I was going to bring orcs.
Have you got 1,000 points of orcs?
I do, because I bought the new character, the Beast Snagger character, the guy on the Great White Shark, Mozrog Scragbrand.
He's not a shark?
Yeah, basically, it looks like a Great White Shark. I'll pull up a picture for you. I mean,
Okay.
other people won't be able to see. But anyway,
I can see later. I don't mind.
No, I'll show you now.
Okay. Because I'm like,
Mozrog.
how have you got 1,000 points of orcs? You've got like 2 snagger boxes. Surely there's not 1,000 points.
Well, it's pretty close because I think each box comes with 20 boys,
yeah.
and I think
It's a
they're
lot
about
of boys.
Huh? It's a lot of boys. Beast Snagger boys.
Boys.
And I think they're about 200 points for 20.
Okay.
And I've actually got 60 of them.
Wow.
So that's 2, 4, 600 just
Yeah,
there. And then
yeah.
I've got hundreds of points of got
Yeah.
a few characters. Mozrog Scragbrand. You know this one.
Okay. Oh,
That one.
It's a squig.
It's
a great white
It's
squig.
a great white squig.
Yeah, yeah.
So that
I'm
kick
like
can
a
be
shark. I'm like, what is this? Like fucking I don't know, deep kill.
Yeah,
or something
it
like
is.
that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a count as.
It's a count as. Yeah.
So I got him, and I feel like, I don't know, but I feel like he's 150, 200 points or something. He's an absolute beast.
Damn. Is he big? Like, is that a big model?
I would say so. I feel like he would.
Like the squig would be like as big as a rangefinder, right? It
Oh,
should be.
yeah, it
I
is.
feel like it should be.
In fact, like I've got some smaller ones, which are I think like knobs on Smasher squigs,
Yeah.
and they're probably about that size.
Damn, they're cool. Are they in a Beast Snagger box?
Yeah.
I've got some then.
Oh, you've got a Beast Snagger
I
box.
won it.
Yeah, you did win it
I won it.
from us.
Didn't want
Imagine
anything.
that.
Yeah.
I can't believe I was the one chasing Beast Snagger
Yeah.
boxes so hard,
And,
and
like,
then you bloody won one.
A guy like he just put the auction, like not auction, the raffle up, right?
Yeah.
And it was everything went to a charity. All the money went to a charity.
Yeah,
so
it
this
was
guy
amazing.
paid for the box,
Yeah.
and then it went to charity, right? So
Yeah.
he basically, paid for charity.
Sure.
Anyway, he was out of pocket, regardless, right?
Yeah.
And I'm like, oh, I'll put $50 on there. Like I never buy Tats Auto tickets. I never
Yeah.
buy raffle tickets, right? I was like, it's a good cause.
Yeah,
I think
for sure.
I can't remember what the charity was, but
Yeah.
um.
I know the one you were talking about. It blew up, I
Yeah,
think.
it did. It had like 200 people enter on it. And
Yeah.
and I won.
And
this
you
guy.
won, yeah.
Yeah.
Which is, you deserve it because we
Thank you.
give so much away. So now you finally get to feel like
Yeah.
I mean, arguably you didn't deserve it because like it's still new and
I know.
new and strict.
I know. No, it's not in. Wait, maybe it is.
Yeah.
I can't remember.
You know what's funny?
I don't deserve it.
I just bought, no, not a few weeks ago, my son, I guess, somehow spilt water all over my Beast Snagger Codex. And I just bought the
no.
Beast Snagger Codex off Moose.
Yeah.
I could have just bought it off you. You're never going to use it. And it'll be irrelevant by the time that you do.
Yep.
Anyways, oh well.
Yeah.
Mm.
I would have just given it to you.
Yeah, probably. Oh well,
It
that's
was up
fine.
for a refund.
Yeah. Hey, Moose, still got that 50? No.
Yeah.
Nah, he used that to buy some entry to his Kings of War tournament.
Ah, nice.
So,
nice.
which is great, which was awesome.
He is slogging through it. His army, man, he's so close to getting done. He's painted just an incredible amount, like over the last few months.
Yeah.
He's got only a handful of units left, and he's got like, when this comes out, it will be too late. It'll be the end of the tournament, but
So he will have finished
you
it.
can do it, dude. He will have finished that army
Congratulations
Yep.
on playing in the tournament
and winning.
and winning best homie that plays Kings of War. Oh, I can't even say that because Foggy does. Well, he doesn't play.
Best
Foggy doesn't
homie
play.
that plays Kings of War in Queensland.
Yes, unless there's another homie, in which case we're sorry.
Yeah.
Yeah, he has absolutely. It's just, and they look so, and the bases.
It's incredible.
Yeah, you've done so
Yeah.
so good.
Good.
Yeah, such a good
Well
job,
done.
Moose.
Well done, Moose.
There will be no better satisfaction than seeing that job finished, playing in the
Yeah.
tournament, having people compliment you, and you be like, "Oh, I didn't have this a month ago."
Yeah, absolutely.
So that's really cool.
That's big.
You're talking about, as you say that, I'm remembering I saw some things through the week that in the Discord. I mean, we got so much stuff happening in there all the time.
Oh, daily. If you're not in the Discord and you're watching this, please join. You find links on hobbyhomies.com.
Yeah, click the Discord button.
Click the Discord button, and it should, if you've got Discord on your computer or on your phone or whatever, it should automatically do it.
Yeah, that's the technology
If it
that we're dealing
doesn't,
with.
Email us.
At hobbyhomies@gmail.com.
Yeah.
I saw Pax is building her first hobby
Yeah.
since Bubs came.
Yep.
That's amazing to see you on the train again.
B1 Battle Droids.
Yeah.
And like, I'm sure the baby came like 3 days ago. It feels like it.
It does feel like
Yeah.
it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow. She's still in the hospital just building B1 Battle Droids. It's amazing.
Yeah.
You have
The
one.
nurse is like, what are you doing?
Why
Pass
are you
me the
building?
glue.
Yeah. They're like, what are you doing?
Yeah.
You could do some Super Battle Droids instead.
Yeah. Droidicas.
Droidicus. Yeah.
Yeah.
I believe she has the the starter set.
Yeah,
So.
I think her and Vermin when Harvey's in it, so he's
Amazing.
He's got the clones.
Oh, sweet. I can't wait to see them start repping some games of that.
They were playing heaps of games before Bubs came. They were playing a lot of one-page rules stuff.
Yes.
The Grimdark Future.
Yeah, but I don't care about that. I want to see Legion. No, I've never been interested in one-page rules until I saw their adventures into it. So that's very cool.
Yeah.
We've got Foggy slogging away at his Kings of War stuff too. The factory
he's-
rages on.
So he's painted an army of every faction in A Song of Ice and Fire.
Correct.
He's going to do the same thing with Kings of War. I can see it.
Easy.
He's already started painting the goblins that we gave him.
He may run out of models, and that's it.
Yeah.
He may,
Yeah.
like, there might not be enough companies making models.
I don't think so. He'll have painted one of everything.
Yeah, he's going to
Yep.
start painting people
He will.
as they walk past his house.
Yeah.
I was going to catch them and just paint them.
That might be a crime.
A crime, yes, but an achievement, yes, absolutely.
Yeah.
And I saw a rad take on Godzilla, so that's cool as
Oh,
well.
that's so sick. We got to do something like that.
That'd
Like,
be mad.
You know, playing against one, you know, like all these factions come together to fight one worse guy.
Yes,
Right? You know?
yes.
Something with, I think he said it had 240 wounds.
was-
I read the stat
Yeah.
line of it, and it had like infinite range attack that,
Yep.
that ignored cover and was strength 12 and like
Far out.
minus 3 AP, some ridiculous amount of damage.
Yeah.
And I'm just like, holy shit. Like,
Yeah. For the context, one of our homies, the local Good Games, I believe it was,
Yeah.
hosted an event where you take on Godzilla. I think there was 10 of them.
Yeah.
And they all
Yep.
put together their little force. And basically an apocalypse game, but
Yep.
instead of against an opponent, you're
10v1.
against Godzilla.
Yeah.
Which is awesome. And I
Yeah.
believe whoever lost the most units then controlled Godzilla for the next turn.
Oh, nice.
So that's a cool mechanic because you've just lost the most. So
Yeah.
now
So
it's
now
fair
can
that you
ignore
kill everyone else.
yours.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it was really well done.
Yeah.
It looked like a lot of fun. And
Yeah.
that was my first thought. I was like, damn, I hope we get to do something like that.
We could totally organise something like that.
That's very cool.
Yeah.
Wait, you didn't tell me what you're going to bring. You've avoided it completely.
So anyway, Project Zomboid.
Project Zomboid. He's not even going to be there. He's going to be playing Project Zomboid.
I don't know, man. Maybe I'll bring some Necrons.
Yeah.
I haven't played Necrons since the new Codex came out.
The good news is, I think that's the only faction that you're really like up to date with in terms of having the equipment for, because you don't have the new Gene Steel Codex,
No.
and who knows where even Space
Haven't
Marines
got
are.
the new Necron Codex yet.
We can borrow mine and my data cards
Thank you.
Done.
I'm just going to use Battlescribe.
and my models. Yeah, and
Yep.
me. You can borrow me.
Thank you.
You want to my Void
Is that
Dragon?
monolith gonna say
I'd love to
yes?
see that on the table.
Let's do it. You can just bring everything.
Wait.
I'll bring these dice.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you don't even have to bring those, dude.
Okay.
You don't even have to come.
Yeah, fine. Yeah, cool. I mean, I got to pick stuff up anyway, so
Yeah,
I'll just
yeah.
like come and go.
No, I'll grab them for you, dude. You're
Alright,
good.
We'll be pretty busy with Zomboids.
Yeah, of
Probably,
course.
Yeah.
Yeah. Necrons, you haven't played those in forever either.
Haven't. No, it's been a minute.
So that's cool. It's 750 points, so just bring whatever you want. You don't even have to build, man. Start a new army. Build those Outriders. You're playing White
I haven't
Scars
got
now.
Outriders. I sold
You
them.
sold them. Never mind.
Yeah.
Yeah. Hey, I played a fun board game.
Oh, you did Outer Rim?
Outer Rim.
Oh, I saw that. That looked sick.
We have to get it just for
Yeah.
us three.
Is that
Just
the big epic space one?
yes. It's not. Yes. Yes,
Like
it is.
A long one that
But
you
it's
play
like-
over a day.
But it's
No,
like
it's not
cards,
that epic.
right?
No, nah. You played about 3 hours.
Cards, right?
It's no. Yeah, it's kind of cards. It's so you've got a big
Semicircle.
semicircle of cardboard.
Yeah.
Thing I watched.
Yeah, you've got a big semicircle, which is the outer rim.
Yeah.
And on it, it just has little planets, and in between the planets, it has like paths.
Okay.
A few dots, waypoints they are.
Yeah.
And then on each planet, there are face down cards and face down notable people.
Okay. So hang on. So do you play as the Empire?
No,
the
you
Rebels,
play as
Smuggler.
characters: Han Solo,
Yeah.
Jyn Erso. I forget who else was there.
Palpatine.
No, people that would be going around the universe, bounty hunter-esque, smuggler-esque type people.
Boba Fett.
Boba Fett, exactly. Yep. I can't.
Cool.
That's exactly who we're playing as: Han Solo, Jyn Erso, and Boba Fett.
Let me guess. You were playing as.
Of course.
Boba Fett.
Yeah, I love Boba Fett. They handed me a bunch of cards and they're like, these are all the characters, and Jyn Erso was on top, and I was like, okay. I don't
They're
need
like,
it.
no, you don't have to take the first one. You can
Yeah.
take any of them, and you're
I was like, I know.
yeah.
I
have
know.
made my choice.
They're like, they all have different stats. I'm like, that's great information for someone who cares.
Yeah.
I don't. I'm playing Jyn Erso.
See his face? Yeah.
Yeah, so it was awesome. So what you do is you sort of just like fly your plane from planet to planet. When you land on a planet, you can go to the market and buy stuff.
Yeah.
You can upgrade your ship. You can. You've got. It's just a heap of different cool
Sounds
mechanics.
like parsecs with extra steps.
No, it's got less steps. It's much easier. It was super fun. The idea is you get more fame. And the first person to get to 10 fame wins.
So you become famous in the Outer Rim.
Yeah, exactly. Fame and glory, as all good bounty hunter smugglers are after.
Cool.
You get bounties, and so it's like you go bring in Chewbacca, and you get $10,000.
Bringing in Chewbacca.
Yeah, I know, right? But the thing is, there's probably 20, maybe 30 face down characters. You don't know who they are until you go to that planet, point to a character, and be like, "I'm gonna encounter that character."
Okay.
Flip it over, and maybe it's Leia, and you're like, "Oh." And then you pick up a random event deck from the cards, and it says how to interact with Leia specifically.
Yeah.
You can either bring her on your crew or do whatever.
Yeah.
So it's really cool because you go to a planet, you're just like, I don't know who's here. Do I want to encounter the planet itself, in which case an event will happen?
Yeah.
Do I want to encounter that character? Do I want to fight something else?
When you say that character, is that the character on the top of the character deck?
No, you've got like
Or
a
do you
bunch
have a
of...
few characters spread out?
Correct, yeah. So you've got all these different character tokens.
Yeah.
They're sort of arranged in, I believe, white, green, and yellow. And
is
that's
that,
like the difficulty. Exactly.
So yellow is like difficult?
The most hard. The most hardest.
The hardest.
The hardest.
Yeah.
And so you'll sort of like randomize them and put them in different spots.
Yeah.
And so you'll go to a planet and you'll be like, oh, I'm pretty weak. It's
Yeah.
like turn 2. I'll just encounter that green person or whatever.
Yeah, yeah.
And you flip it over and it's like someone. Our game was fun. I played with just 2 of my friends, Tom and Bree.
Yeah.
And they both know how to play. I'd played once before.
Yeah.
It was a really good, fun game. It was like close.
Yeah, right.
It's like Tom won on 10 fame and me and Bree were on 9.
Wow,
So,
neck and neck.
Yeah, it was awesome.
Yeah.
I was only on 9 because Bree did this thing where it was like you and one other player get 1 fame and money. And she
that would
chose
have
me.
meant because otherwise Tom would have won
Exactly.
earlier.
Yeah, she didn't want...
Yeah.
Tom's her boyfriend. She didn't want Tom to win.
Of course she doesn't.
Her ideal result for her is anyone but Tom wins.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
I was just part of her plan to see that happen.
Yeah. But
So-
he still won.
Tom won, yeah,
Yeah,
he did. I mean, you can't beat Tom. He's the master on the Outer Rim.
Fair.
So, but there was one thing he had where he was trying to bring in Greedo,
Okay.
and he was playing Han Solo.
Yeah.
So it was super thematical, but
Yeah.
man, 3 turns I think he died in a row trying to fight Greedo.
Yeah.
So it was fun. I was off doing something,
Yeah.
listening to him just like swear at the dice or whatever.
Yeah.
So it was good. I mean, it obviously didn't matter because
Yeah.
he still won.
We
But
all know who shot first.
yeah, Greedo.
Yeah.
Han. It was Han. Definitely Han. Only a dumb man shoots second. Only a dead man shoots second.
Dead man shoots second.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's a fantastic game. It's like
Sounds it. I've seen it like on shelves in board game shops.
Hmm.
I've seen it online. As at a glance,
Yeah.
never been interested.
Yeah.
Like I've just gone, oh yeah, okay, cool.
Yeah.
Star Wars. Everyone loves Star Wars,
Of course.
But, like I've been like, oh okay. Like there's other stuff that
yeah.
just catch me, right?
It's like I think it's probably like $80, so that's like a new box of something Warhammer. you know?
Exactly.
Yeah.
But even board games and that. But like
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, man, you're selling it to me.
Well, I think like it's not super complex is the thing.
Yeah.
And like I think maybe if you played it like 10, 12 times,
Yeah.
you start to go, all right, now we all know how to play and how it all works, what cards are in what deck.
Yeah, bit of RNG.
And then it's like, yeah, the difference will be RNG.
Yeah.
But I think you've already got your money's worth if you played it 12 times.
Yeah,
You know?
fair. Yeah.
So, and you can change up characters and get different ships. There's a lot of replayability.
Yeah.
But because it's not super complex, it doesn't have like a high ceiling for
Is there
competitive.
expansions for it?
Well, it's funny. I was like, damn, as we're playing, I was like, I wish there was an expansion for this game. And I Googled it, and one's getting released in June of this year.
Oh, nice.
Which is just like, it's going to be $80 again, probably, with just like a whole nother
Like a
games.
standalone expansion?
No, it's an expansion, so it's going to have a lot of stuff.
Well, you'd hope it does.
Yeah.
To buy the game again, you're going to want double the playtime.
For sure.
You know.
And I think it will because it adds, you can travel through the core worlds. It like extends beyond the Outer Rim. So,
a lot of people gauge, especially like in video games and stuff, when buying a game, if you can get $1 per hour
yes.
of an entertainment,
Yeah,
it's worth it.
for sure.
You know.
Yeah.
So like, if you're playing this 10 times,
Yeah.
and it takes 3 hours each time,
Yeah.
you know, $30 essentially, 30 hours.
Yeah.
And you go, okay, maybe you can justify it a bit more for something like a board game or something when you're playing with other people, right?
Right,
Because
exactly.
it's not just necessarily the time you're playing; it's also the whole night you've organised.
For sure.
So, like, if you're playing just one game, but you've spent an hour before, an hour after,
Yeah.
maybe you can do that too. You know,
I think you raise an interesting, deep philosophical point, which is
That's new.
games inherently are better when played with people in real life.
Of course, yeah.
And I know that because that's the only reason I think wargaming is doing so well
Yeah.
in a time where
Yeah.
video games are the best they've ever been.
and they're only getting better.
Yeah,
Like
exactly.
Project Zomboid.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah. And it's the reason that people still have LANs,
Yeah.
even though they don't need to. In fact, sometimes it's worse.
Yeah,
You know?
most of the time it is worse.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's because
There's still
the
something special about lands.
Of course
yeah,
there is.
absolutely.
Yeah.
And it's
Yeah.
it's because it's the people element, you know, and that will always win out. So I feel like you're right.
Yep.
Usually, if you're playing a video game, you go, look, if I play this
Even
for
a single player video game.
Yeah.
You know, that's probably your $1 an hour.
yeah,
You know,
yep.
like,
But even that's like pretty. I mean, if you can be entertained for an hour,
yeah.
it's probably worth more than $1 these days.
Probably.
Inflation, you know.
Yeah, yeah, of course.
And the cost of living.
Yeah, it's gone up like 4.5%.
yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
So,
yeah. But yeah, I'm hearing you. And like, it'd be interesting to see this expansion and what it does add, like, and how.
Yeah.
You know, I'm keen to play the game. Like, it sounds good. Have you got it, or is it Tom's?
It's Tom's. I could
Yeah.
borrow it,
Yeah,
but I'm
yeah.
pretty interested in
So,
buying it.
If you're talking board games,
Yeah.
if I may interject,
Yeah, of course you can,
mention a
Churchy.
few
This is-
board games that have kind of caught my eye. A little
Oh,
bit.
here we
Which is
go.
funny because it was all from one video that
top
as
top
is
board
the way
games.
That, as is the way that randomly happens on
Yep.
YouTube sometimes. Random video showed up from some guys
The
called Dice
algorithm.
Tower, right?
Oh, the Dice Tower. Yeah.
And, it
And
was
Tom Vassell.
Trey Parker,
Oh.
right, was on there. And
Trey
and he was
Parker?
talking about, yeah,
Isn't he from-
one of the makers of South Park?
Yeah.
And he was talking about his.
I was thinking Blink 182 for some reason.
But you're a
That's
South.
Travis Barker.
Oh.
Yeah, yeah.
No, wait, he's from. I don't know. Anyway.
Offspring on it. It's all the same
Send
shit.
help. Send help.
Anyway, basically, Trey Parker was talking to these dudes, talking through his top 10. They were trying to guess his top 10 board games.
Okay.
And 3 of the board games that he mentioned really kind of.
Oh.
was like, "Ooh, these sound
Okay.
Quite nice. Now, I'll start with my least favorite to most favorite sounding.
Good.
Go for it.
Sounding.
Churchy's top 3 board games.
Of all time.
It's just, these are just games that I want to.
Yeah.
I missed your reactions then because I was still on my camera.
Oh, that's
Damn it.
fine.
That's
We
fine.
have no reactions.
No,
We're
blank
unfazed
face.
whatsoever.
Yeah.
Do the blank face towards the camera for a minute.
I don't give a fuck.
All right, so to start with the first one that caught my eye, I
Yes.
was talking about. Now, I want to bring up one of the descriptions I just found for it, right?
Are you on board game?
I've got
Geek?
a deep dive already.
Yeah.
No.
Deep
This
dive
is just-
territory.
Welcome to Churchy's
To
favorite
give
board
you
games of
basically,
this week.
right.
Yeah.
This is just to give you a sort of a one sentence thing for it, right?
Cool.
Yep.
Just to kind of tantalize you, this game is called Australia. The S is a Z, right?
Of course.
Seen it.
Have you?
Seen it.
You've seen it.
Seen it.
Explore and settle. Alternate history 1930s Australia as Cthulhu awakens.
Oh, well, of course Shane's seen it.
Fuck yeah.
So,
Well, you say this is least to most?
Fuck.
Yes.
You've already
Yes.
disappointed him then. It's his third favourite, man.
that's number
So-
one.
Yeah, that's number one.
These are just
I've
the
got
ones
it.
that from
We're going
that
most
list,
to
they
least.
actually really appealed to me, and I was like, these actually sound pretty damn
Yeah,
good.
yeah,
I wouldn't
yeah.
mind getting around these.
All right, so you get Australia.
And the next one is called Summit.
Summit.
And Summit, and then I think part of this may be because, projects on board, a lot of emergent gameplay,
Yep.
a lot of, stories coming about just from the nature of the game.
Yep.
The next two I'm going to talk about, first one being Summit, they seem like they'll be very much like that. Now, Summit is a game that could be played competitively, cooperatively, or solo.
It's on the wiki.
Nice.
I can
I'm on
feel
the-
it.
I'm on the- yeah,
It's on
right,
Board Game
so-
Geek.
Yeah, yeah.
So basically, I just want to read. I'll read like what it says on their site about. So in a
Yeah.
competitive game,
Yep,
players race up and down the deadly mountain
of course.
while managing their resources, building their path, overcoming obstacles, and attempting to survive their competition.
Sounds
Yep.
fine.
Summit uses a unique karma system which allows players to actively help or hinder their opponents.
Nice.
But
Interesting.
it also affects endgame scoring.
Yep.
For a few extra points, you could share some of your valuable food or oxygen, or
wouldn't.
maybe you can afford to lose some points, so you choose to cut their rope and watch them disappear down the mountain.
Oh, nice.
I like that.
That is cool.
In a
We should play
cooperative
this.
or solo game,
Yeah.
players must work together to overcome the mountain and survive the expedition.
Yeah, that's
Summit
cool.
is a game so grueling, you only need one team member to survive the ascent and descent. so players may sacrifice themselves for the good of the team.
That's cool.
Mechanics
Yeah.
are changed as a Sherpa track and a time of day track are added, as well as a whole new stack of event cards.
Cool.
It is unlikely everyone will be returning from this expedition.
Wow, that's cool.
So that sounds really cool.
Yeah,
It's like
yeah.
the emergent thing of like we're trying to summit this mountain.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, oh no, boys, I'm running low on oxygen. And,
Yeah.
I'm
You
a
can
dead
see-
weight at this point.
Yeah.
And apparently, like, this isn't something I care about. This isn't something I care about as much, but I've seen that there's actually a Yeti expansion apparently. which
Nice.
adds
Oh, yeah.
Yeti into the mix.
Nice.
Sounds interesting.
Love that.
Yeah.
Now the other one that really tickled my fancy,
Churchy's #1 game
which
of
I haven't actually
2022.
brought up a page for yet, but I'll
Well, we'll pad for time
get
because that's
that
our
one.
specialty.
You pad for time while I bring up the page for this one.
Hobbyhomies.com. Grab any
they
merch
can't
that
buy
we
that
have.
there. They can't buy that
Oh
there.
well, never mind then.
It's interesting that Churchy mentions Trey Parker and playing board games because one episode of South Park, I think it's Stan, has a copy of Gaslands on his bookshelf.
Oh really?
Yeah,
Just for
yeah.
a bit of fun.
Yeah,
Just for a
yeah.
little tidy little Easter egg in
Yeah,
there, just for
yeah.
you specifically.
Yeah, it was.
They're like, Shane will get this.
No, but it's just awesome to see like a massive show like South Park supporting, or not supporting, I guess, but like
Yeah.
an Easter egg for a tiny company like, Mike Hutchison, the guy that made Gaslands.
Yeah.
Like just one dude
Acknowledging.
acknowledging
His
yeah,
existence.
Yeah, a little nod, tip
Yeah.
of the hat. Yeah. So
I see you. It's
It
probably played it then. Probably plays it.
yeah, absolutely. I reckon.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
very cool.
So it's very cool.
I
Should we done padding or?
Pad for like 10 more seconds.
10 more minutes. He's like,
No, it's
I
all
need
good, it's all
to
good,
got
it's
to
all
find the
good.
YouTube
No,
video. Rewatch it.
So I actually found an old Kickstarter page.
Yep.
for
That'll
this one.
do.
Now this one actually also has a sequel, but that sounded way less interesting to me than,
Sure.
than the first one.
Yeah.
So this game is called Subterra.
Subterra.
And
Interesting.
So
Have you heard of it?
I don't know.
That doesn't ring any bells.
and
for
I
me.
was actually looking to try and buy this one, but I just couldn't. It seems like it's out of stock everywhere in Australia, and only the
Interesting.
second one's in stock. And so basically,
It
it's very kind of emergent gameplay kind of thing again.
Yeah.
You and up to 5 friends are trapped deep underground. Explore quickly, avoid deadly hazards,
Yep.
run from the darkness. Can you escape?
Nice.
So that's the gist of it is basically that you, from what I could gather from
Yep.
that video that I saw, it's basically like you reveal a tile. It might have some hazard or something. You have
Yep.
to. I think you have to you have flashlights and stuff, and you have to. It
That's
just
so cool.
I can't find too much about it at the
Yep.
moment, but like.
I
Yeah.
wonder why the
Alright,
the
here we
second
go.
edition is no good.
Yeah.
For me, the thing is it's different.
Yeah.
The second one is you're going into like a volcano to try and get an artifact,
Sure.
which is a completely different vibe than trying
Okay.
to escape a deep, dark underground area.
Yeah,
But,
one's
like,
Indiana
how did
Jones.
you get there
How'd you get where?
to the deep dark underground?
I'm not sure, but
Trying
let
to
me
get
just
an
read-
artifact from a volcano.
Exactly. So this is an issue of the prequel.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, let me
So you're
just-
saying the
let me
prequel's
just
better?
read-
I agree.
I'm saying the first one. Yeah, the prequel is better. So,
Yeah.
so let me just read a bit more.
Okay.
Isn't the
Sub-
prequel going into the volcano anyway?
No,
That's
the
what I'm saying.
The sequel.
Exactly.
I don't know, but anyway.
Confusing, Churchy.
Yeah. We're breaking him.
I can see Steve coming.
Podcasting's not easy, bro.
Subterra is a fully cooperative survival horror board game. You and up to 5 friends are cave explorers who have become trapped deep underground.
I am a
You
cave
must
explorer.
quickly explore
Okay.
a tile-based cave system, utilize your character's specialist skills, and carefully manage your actions to find the way out before your flashlights die and you're lost in the darkness forever.
Is it available on the second-hand market? Have you looked there?
No, not yet. But that's probably, if we do get it, that's
Yeah.
probably where we're going to have to get
Yeah.
it because everywhere seemed out of stock.
Yeah.
But
And
they
these are
may
his
get
favorite
us something.
games. So they're not just like...
These are Trey Parker's, and this was like Summit was his number 1. I think Subterra was his number 3.
Sure.
Star Wars Rebellion might have been up there.
Yeah,
somewhere in the
everyone
top
likes
3
that one.
maybe.
Yeah.
Australia was
'cause-
number 2.
Australia was like further up the list, I think. But
Yeah,
then
it was
there
like-
was also
God, it was
two
like
that
down the
sounded
bottom.
good as like huge epic board game day
Yeah,
ones. Was,
yeah.
Star Wars Rebellion and
Yeah.
Lord of the Rings, War of the Ring.
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah,
yeah,
for
yeah.
sure.
Because War of the Ring sounded like you could just, have a full day of it and have an
Yeah,
awesome time and
yeah.
just like play out whatever scenario you could imagine in Lord of the Rings.
If the game takes more than 6 hours, I feel like it's automatically good.
Yeah, it's
Because
like,
then you have a
it's
big
huge board
extravaganza.
Monopoly?
game.
Yeah.
It's one of those two sound like. But
Yeah.
man, this
Yeah.
but this Subterra one, to continue on the reading, just because I'm this is more Kickstarter stuff. You'll need to
Kickstarter.
work together to overcome deadly subterranean hazards. Stick together for safety, or split up to cover more ground. One wrong
never split
step
up.
could knock you unconscious, and your friends will need to stage a rescue. Light and hope are scarce, and worst of all, you don't think you're alone down here.
Oh, intrigue. I like that your justification for carrying on was like, it's more about the Kickstarter. I was like, you introduced the idea of the Kickstarter. It's not like this is a Kickstarter episode.
And then the thing is, like, this happened ages ago because the game's like already released and sold out and shit. So.
That's cool.
But anyway, Subterra was the one, like, those were the three main ones that stood out to me, like Australia, Summit, and Subterra.
Yeah.
Summit and Subterra, particularly for that kind of emergent gameplay thing. Because it just really sounds like you're embarking on this thing, and as you go, things unfold and things happen.
And it's co-op too.
Comes about it.
Yeah.
Subterra
Very cool.
especially because
it sounds so good.
Sounds so good.
I want to play Australia just to hear Shane speak Raelechian. You got to get it, dude.
I will.
It sounds really good.
I will. I've actually looked at it so many times. I love that alternate history of like, it's like 1930s. They've just discovered the continent of Australia.
Yeah.
You know, so no one had been here prior.
Yeah.
So like,
Wow.
yeah, it's very, very appealing.
Yeah, that's cool.
Yeah.
We'll play it.
And to talk more about that as well, it's sort of like you're kind of competing a little bit.
Yeah.
But then it's like you have to, like, if you want to survive when the old ones and stuff, which is like Cthulhu mythos, when those things start
Always
to rise,
Yeah,
you
always
have
mates.
to kind of cooperate or you're all going to die.
Yeah, I like
yeah.
that.
So,
Yeah.
really cool.
Yeah, oh, man. Talking of big, extravagant games that take a long amount of time, I really want to play, but I just don't have the type of people ready to go on the Game of Thrones board game, which I played a heap, but it has that you can play like 8 players.
Yeah.
And it's that same thing where it's like you can't achieve your goal without making alliances.
Yeah.
But you then can't achieve your goal
Without
breaking
those
it. Yeah, we've
alliances.
talked about it
Yeah,
on the
yeah.
podcast as well. I can't remember when. Oh, I have a brewski, but we're probably going to wrap this up
Probably running
yeah.
out of time.
and
Yeah.
carry on with
Yeah.
the brews.
Yeah,
but
yeah.
you guys will have to jump in the next batch of brews.
This doesn't extend. Better than that.
Yeah, but
Well, it's gone
the
longer than
same
10
length
minutes.
as a normal episode.
If you want us to talk about board games for the next hour, tune into our next board game episode coming to you sometime.
Soon, hopefully.
Yeah.
It's been a minute.
Yeah, I think we
Yeah.
definitely need to play a game.
Yeah.
A new one would be cool.
Yeah.
We'll see what we can get our hands on.
See what we can do.
You got Scythe in there,
We do.
Unboxed, Star Wars Rebellion interests me.
New on shrimp, dude.
Yeah, new on shrimp.
In shrimp? On shrimp? Whatever.
No, new on shrimp.
New on shrimp. Cool. Thank you so much, guys, for tuning in. As always, check out hobbyhomies.com for all the links. You can find Discord there. Merch.
Yes.
Buy our merch. That'd be sick. You're wearing it.
Yeah.
If you can, like and subscribe this video and to our channel.
Yeah.
It means a lot. Helps us grow.
Yep.
Check out Bingeworthy Breakdown. They are going through Brooklyn Nine-Nine. They've just released their 3rd episode.
Yep.
They're nearly at the end of season 1.
Wow.
The characters in Brooklyn Nine-Nine have really sort of, settled into where they need to be.
Cool.
The show, this is when the show starts getting really good.
Is it?
The first
I'm going to have to watch it.
episode's a bit rough, but anyway.
Okay.
Check out that. And of course, our Patreon. All our Patrons get entries to giveaways, early access to some videos.
Yeah.
When we can get them up early enough, which can be difficult.
Yeah. Yeah.
Um,
I believe they get... there's a Patreon-only giveaway we do
There
every
is.
month. You
There
all go
is.
into that for a resupply pack.
Yep.
So it's good.
Yep.
It is good.
And Discord rolls, of course.
Of course.
To show off.
To flex.
Show off how much you're just chopping money at us.
And we catch it. And we
And we
spend it
catch
on
it,
beers.
of course.
Thank you. Thank you for the beers.
Thank you. As always, shout out to Burnsy, Whack, Final Dinosaur, MJ, Lethal, Moose, Penny, Gridlock, and Battle Maps Jack.
We got Elko, Churchy, Rad, Oliver, Hockers, Aggro, Foggy, and Big Rich. Thank you all so much.
Yep.
Yeah, we can't do it without you. We literally, we couldn't, we wouldn't,
No.
and we never could. We love you all.
It's like, how do we even get here without you guys?
Yeah, well, we didn't.
Final interjection before we do.
course.
Churchy's back.
No, I just wanted
Project's
to
on
say,
board.
I really wanted to. No, not projects on board. That's great. That's going to show up again and again. Every time Fox says "Big Roach," he does this animated thing with his arm and stuff. He didn't do it this time, and this was the one time where I was planning to cut back to you right as you did the whole, your full-
Let's do it again. Let's rewind.
Yeah.
Big Roach.
That's what I'm talking about. I didn't even have to cut.
Just
them.
edit it back in. Thank you all so much. New episodes every Sunday.
Thanks,
Got battle
Churchy.
reports and crazy stuff happening on the YouTube.
Check it all out.
Peace.
Herbert.
Big up to the boys, Fox and Shane. Set your minds free, no locks and chains. Do what you love, roll the dice. 50-50, we cold as ice. One thing cold, but the opinion turn red.